I appreciate you being a little more of a man than Jason Miller.
Yeah, I saw you don't like him.
So I don't like him.
Yeah, I've seen that quite a few
times. Your department's investigating me for threats that I made supposedly now. Now supposedly I made threats to someone.
Why don't you stay back behind me a bit? Victor, it's Fox.
What do you want?
What's that, buddy?
So we're gonna do this again or what?
I just need to chat with you for a moment, man.
That doesn't go very well. You guys like to insult people.
Well, Victor, we've had 2 good talks in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we have 2 good talks, but I also find out you're working with a department that has decided that they want to try and do shit. And I'm not taking anything from your hands, sir. I know that. And you can go ahead and walk with me. Don't
Oh, I will. I'm going to walk with you.
Civil service, that's fine. That's fine, but I'm not going to take it from your hand.
So what this is, it's a restraining order.
It's a restraining order for what?
Protecting Charlie Grigg from you.
He assaulted me, and
okay.
you guys are. So no, is your thing on right there?
Yeah, yeah, we're being recorded.
So he assaulted me.
Okay.
And now you guys are protecting him. You guys are making my freedom of speech under duress, and yours, and you guys are literally shitting on my civil rights. He came out and assaulted me with witnesses. My children were here and witnessed it, and you guys choose to put a restraining order on me.
So I wasn't there for that.
Is that? I mean, no, I know you weren't. And
okay.
I'm sure you weren't. But the funny thing is you guys want to put a restraining order on me.
I don't want to restrain anybody from anything.
No, absolutely.
This is from Superior Court. This isn't from me.
I have no clue where that's from, and I haven't looked at the document yet, and I don't mean that rudely, and I'm not trying to be a dick.
Oh, you're not being a dick. You're fine.
I appreciate you being a little more of a man than Jason Miller.
Yeah, I saw you don't like him.
So I don't like him.
Yeah, I've seen that quite a few times.
Your department's investigating me for threats that I made supposedly now. Now supposedly I made threats at some point.
Well,
you don't have to say nothing about it. I'm gonna get my fucking my voice of my opinion out.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything about the threats. I was just gonna say, well, I'm glad you and I are able to talk at least.
It's funny that I'm out here. I'm the one guy that's like, let's use our First Amendment.
Right.
And now everyone's like, oh, well, he talked about the Second Amendment. Well, you know, like the other day when I was at the courthouse and I was telling you guys about like why this shit happens. Me discussing and analyzing it isn't because I want to do it.
Yeah.
Me discussing and analyzing it is because I have kids that are going to have kids someday, and I don't want them to fucking grow up in that world.
Right.
Me discussing it is because I know people like the Croner who is serving now, and I don't want him to catch one in the back of the head because Jason Miller's a dickhead and some guy can't decipher between this Pasco cop and that Pasco cop. That's the world I'm trying to fix. I'm not trying to do it through threat or violence.
Oh, I know.
And when I get pushed around, this shows your department's inability to actually enforce the law justly.
So actually, this was made by Franklin County District Court. The Pasco Police did not issue this.
No, but Officer Spitzer did give him legal advice on how to get that.
Okay.
He sat there, he came, asked me my questions, found out I was assaulted, told me I was free to leave, and then went up and gave him 30 minutes of counseling on how he could get that paperwork done and done immediately.
Okay.
So that's fine and that's funny. So it's hilarious how so we can come back this way right now for a little bit. I have my stuff over this way.
Okay. Yeah, let's not get too far away from your stuff.
Absolutely. I'm just so you guys know, you're also being recorded on 3 different devices. Audio also, not just video.
Okay.
You're being
same
my
here.
Right pocket and my left pocket.
Okay.
Is audio.
Okay. So what this is, it's a form. You need to read it. There's very important information.
Okay. What does that form say? It says
I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna let you read it.
That's not in my possession.
Okay.
I can grab it, sir. Sir, well, that's not a service, sir. You know that's not a service.
It is legal service now because I can't
service you. I can't grab that. I have a backup. You can pick that up for me, maybe, and you could discuss. Maybe, hey, sir, will you take this from me? Maybe then we could have some dignity.
Okay, if I ask you, will you take it? Will you take it?
Holy shit, then, Batman.
Will you?
See, will you treat me with dignity?
So,
Will you
here.
treat me with dignity?
I will gladly treat you with
And
dignity.
you're not going to trespass me. Once you hand that to me, you're going to allow me to get away from here, right?
Will you take? No, I'm not going to trespass you. I'm not going to arrest you.
I'm just asking. Hey, I just got to state things beforehand.
Yeah.
Because just like the night at the city hall,
Yeah.
I knew what was about to happen. I knew there was physical violence about to come my way from officers.
Yeah.
And then it happened with no illegal content or behavior from me. But I could predict it. Just like I told this gentleman out here in the white car.
Yeah.
Watch, cops will be here in under 3 minutes. I'm psychic. I'm not psychic.
So, like I said
know
at
how
the courthouse,
system works.
we don't want to arrest you. I don't want to arrest you.
Yep,
That's why I want to advise you and inform you.
But this is slander.
So-
and you guys are participating in slander.
I'm giving a
I know
piece of
that- I
paper
know
by the
that.
court. I'm not
But
slandering you.
Okay.
I'm handing you a piece of paper with his side.
You guys assist him yet? You guys filed charges on him yet?
I didn't care about this
I know you haven't. No one has.
until you told me.
No one has. And that's
Okay.
just it. And then, see that camera right down there real quick? I want you to just be honest with me. You can see it down there, right?
Yeah.
That white ball camera?
The one up
On the very corner, right? On the very far corner of the building. And there's also
Okay.
one underneath the eave.
I got you, yeah.
There's also one right on top. See, pointing in,
Yeah.
right on the very top, right there.
I got you, yeah.
He tells you, Officer Spitzer, he's got no cameras because he physically assaulted me.
Okay.
I'm going to show, I'm not going to, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I haven't read it yet, so you can't ask me to leave, but you have to give me a decent amount of time. After he came into me repeatedly 3 times, closer than we are at this current moment,
Yeah.
with his fist back and his teeth glared at me, like he was pissed. I could tell you his dental hygiene. I can tell you he's got some plaque around his teeth and his gums are receding.
Yeah.
I can literally tell you that as a testifying court, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is, after 3 times repeatedly coming in on me, he physically knocked my sign down and swung his shoulder across and blew me backwards right in next to that light pole right there. I was just on the back side of it, and knocked me backwards, and then said that I was assaulted.
So
He said, oh, you just assaulted me. And I said, if you don't stay back from me, I will defend myself. I did say that.
Okay.
That's not a threat. That's called an if-then statement. If this, then that, because of that. And that every human right has that. Every human being has that right.
Okay. So, and I want to listen to what you have to say, but I also need to encourage you to read that, because it does say that you have to stay 1,000 feet away from Charlie Grigg, his residence, and his place of employment.
Okay, so now that's a pretty ballsy statement on the fact. Yeah, I would like that. So I'm here, Officer Spitzer. My freedom of speech is being hindered because I'm assaulted while speaking freely. A man that makes millions of dollars off the Second Amendment can't handle some freedom of speech and literally physically assaults me, and now I'm the one served. Now the lack of the service that I'm getting from your department is exactly what I've been talking about from the fucking beginning, Gregory. 3 years ago with Jones. The lack of service, the lack of dignity. This man, because he owns a business and makes you guys money as taxes, you're more willing to help him than me, the citizen who was assaulted by him. Using my First Amendment rights, which it says you swear an oath to uphold.
I don't know anything about an assault.
Officer Spitzer, read his report. I sent him a little email, and I'll forward it on to you too. You know I like them emails.
Absolutely. I get a lot of emails. I haven't
Absolutely. Apparently, I'm threatening people now too. So just so you all know, I'm sure later anything I've said.
I think that's a harassment, not a threat.
Well, I was told I was told today in court that I threatened my lawyer, and there's an investigation currently, and my lawyer dropped me because I have a new lawyer now. I don't know because see, that's the thing.
Is it a court-appointed lawyer?
Yeah, it's a court-appointed lawyer, and I asked her to file certain paperwork, and then she said she wouldn't do it, so then I asked her over an email, because everything electronically is now, you can't deny it.
Oh, yeah.
And now she's in court saying, oh, well, there's possible charges of threat. One of the officers is watching some videos to do an investigation, and I feel threatened by this man, because he said something that was a threat towards me or something. You know what I say? I say things like, I'll have you in federal court.
Yeah.
I say, hey, you're going to bang your head from a 1983 Section 42 on your ass. Not because I want to, not because I'm physical, because that's my only recourse. I have children, and I want to see my grandchildren.
You don't threaten to hurt anybody.
Never have.
Yeah.
Never have. I did one time in front of, on March 20th, I did say, you know, all Pasco officers need to die. And that wasn't for a death or a threat. Yeah, no, thank you for being intelligent enough. And that's not even, I don't even truly honestly feel all Pasco officers need to die. At that moment, in my brain injury, I was surrounded and I was just like, fuck, get away from me. I was sitting up against my car, like, voicing my opinion, and Taylor come over to me, and his sergeant kept telling him, Taylor, leave, Taylor, leave. He kept coming back in my face, and I'm like, fuck, man, you're making this worse. Stay 15 feet back from me, because I could feel it. I could see it in their eyes like rabid dogs. They wanted to get me. And I don't mean that bad, but just like I told you, I could see it in Charlie Grigg's eyes when he gritted his teeth at me.
Yeah.
I know intent. You guys know intent. furtive gestures. Yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about that kind of behavior. I'm not trying to, but I was literally struck. He knocked his shoulder and knocked my sign down. After repeatedly, I backed up and up and up, and he got into my space, into my space, into my space. I then put my sign out like this and said, please stop, I don't appreciate it, and I want my personal space. I have the right to up to 8 feet, and just stay back. At that point, he kind of stepped in close, and then he kind of grinned at me, and he knocks his sign down and swings, boom, his shoulder right into me and knocks me backwards, boom. And then that's when I did tell him, if you come in my space and do that to me again, you will regret it, and I will own your store. Not because I want
to collect video on that.
Charlie Grigg said he didn't have video, but I see there's like 5 cameras, so I don't know why he's denying that there's.
Did you have video from your phone?
I didn't. My phone was. Notice how it's broken and it's got a battery plugged into it. It doesn't. The battery's jacked up. So
okay.
I'm a disabled, poor, indigent person. My brother bought me this cell phone book.
Okay. So the order says you're supposed to be, is it 1,000 feet?
1,000 feet, yeah.
So now that we've served you, we got to get you somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Do you need a lift somewhere?
I would.
Okay.
You can pat me down. You can do all the things you need to do. I understand.
Can I trust you not to attack me?
Gregory, I ain't gonna touch you.
I know.
I'm fucking disabled, and I just want to see my kids.
Where do you want to go?
My wife was going to one of the 2 Goodwills to get a t-shirt.
Okay.
Tell you what, we can drive past the one over here.
If she's not there, drop me off there. She knows how to.
Hey, Victor, before you go, can I shake your hand again?
Yeah, I might be in fucking jail here soon for threatening somebody or whatever bullshit. But you know what, man? Don't forget the fucking people that you see are human. Don't forget that, man. Everybody you see, and I'm not saying this is not a death statement, but even if that person takes your life, err on the side of their humanity to a certain degree, because I know there's something after here, and I know it's not all about just right now. It can't be. It's too complex. There's too much shit that fuck. I'm not a big Bible quoter, but in the Bible, it talks about dinosaurs, right? I mean, God gave quotes to everyone, and he gave the examples. He never gave them an example they didn't understand. He gave them the rainbow after he flooded them. He talked to Job about the Leviathan and the behemoth. The behemoth was so big that other animals gathered shade from underneath it. It drank up the Nile with its mouth. The Leviathan had teeth round about its face, and needlings come out its nose. We now know that Tyrannosaurus Rex had a tiny brain and nostrils bigger than our leg. He was made to breathe fire.
Yeah.
There's proof of it 2,000 years ago.
You can slide those in the back and
I'll get it. I'll just put it back. Do I have any? Yeah, I'll get a lawyer. I've already got one. Get recourse.
Hey, Victor, thank you again.
Fox and Bill's work, I appreciate it. Thank you for not chasing me down and fucking jumping on me. I appreciate that.
You ready? Come on out. Have you go ahead and face the wall for me? And just put your hands behind your back.
Yep. Yeah, they're here for you.
Miss Amora, did you have an inappropriate relationship with a 13-year-old boy when you were...
It's, I think she's innocent, 100%. Yeah. So, I can't wait for, this thing, blow over with and she comes back home and everything will be all right. And I know you're the case agent, so you may feel differently, and I'm hoping.
Well, I will tell you, I don't act a whole lot on emotions. I've been doing it for like 19 years.
Sure.
So I'm a fact finder.
That's fine.
And so I don't try to let things sway me as far as...
Of course. You got to be unbiased.
Yeah. And I did have contact with her yesterday, and obviously she's a very nice person.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. And I don't judge people either.
No, she's been so great with her school, too. She's been so involved and done so much for so many students and raised them out of poverty, did home visits, met with them, and brought people's, whole lives. I mean, you can talk to every student. Go talk to every single one of them. Every single place she's ever been. Go talk to every teacher. Right. And they're going to tell you 100% that she's the best. Yeah. The best there ever was. The best there ever is.
Right.
And
but what I'm going to say, and I don't...
And that's facts, too.
Right, exactly, yeah. And but what I am going to tell you is, based on everything that I've seen so far, she is not even close to innocent. So, and you don't have to respond or anything, but I'm just letting you know from a factual basis, from all the evidence that we have, that's not there. And I will tell you as well, And I'm telling you that to prepare you.
Sure.
That's basically what I'm doing.
Sure.
I'm not trying to argue with you or anything like
course.
that. I will also say that from me to you, if somebody does get a bond for as high as hers, it's not that often that happens, and a lot of times that's based on a lot of things. But one of the things it's based on is the amount of evidence. So, what'll happen is the media is going to get a hold of some of the information. They always do.